Well, hello. Oh, wrong thing. There we are. All right. Oh, the camera needs adjusting. Hang on a second. Welcome. Nice extreme close up of the palm of my hand there. Welcome to Jamie TV. Thank you very much for joining me. Streaming 100% live on YouTube and continuing with a track that I started before Songtember just to demo something with. I thought it was kind of promising, and last week once Songtember and September was over, I thought, well, let's get back to the track. I really liked it. So let's have a look at the chart. Semtex is here. Hi, Semtex, and Mateus and Sam. Thanks for joining me. And Burns is here. What's Sam saying? So what about using the bass as a super heavy guitar a la Lemmy? I don't know. Maybe, possibly. I feel like with this track, I'm not exactly sure what the bass is going to do. I've kind of got parts in my head for other instruments. I'm not sure about the bass. I mean, I tend to, because I'm a bass player first, really, I tend to like to leave the bass until a bit later on because I really want the bass to be great. And very often I feel like my tracks are kind of glued together by the bass. So, so I can kind of like come in with the bass a bit later on and just sort of knit everything together with my strongest instrument. So, yes, the studio, it might not actually look that different to you, but it is the part of the studio that you can't see, particularly in this shot, is very much different. I've rearranged a lot of things, and the main thing that's come out of that is that, like when you've got a studio, right, and you've got cables running around your desk and behind everything, and you keep getting new things or changing the position of things gradually, and gradually over time, all the cables that run behind your desk and under your desk and round and round and about all of your gear, they kind of get more and more twisted around each other, and things get kind of pulled real tight. And so whilst I was sort of rearranging everything and doing a lot of cleaning, a lot of dust, what I did was I kind of unattached all the cables and reattached them so that everything's a bit freer, and I'm really happy with it. All I need now is a bit of time to get to making some music. So, having said that, let's get stuck into it. I'm just gonna change my view. Burns says you should see how my desk rack looks like. Yes, and Semtex says fuzz on the bass for Doom. Well, yes, I'm a big fan of that, and I've got a couple of new bass apps actually to have a look at, but more on that later when I get to the bass. Don't want to waste any time. I'll just share with you that my thoughts about the bass is, obviously I want the bass to be kind of nasty and grimy, but it also needs to have that sort of plenty of low end. So I want the low end to actually be clean and very compressed and really sort of thump along in this track. I know I want that, but then the top end I want to be kind of driven and nasty. So fuzzy, yes, that. Okay, so you clean the contacts on your rack/patch bay. Well, that's it's very, very admirable, and I mean, I did kind of a lot of cleaning in here, but I keep seeing things that have got a line of dust along them where bits of a gear wasn't exposed before and now it is, and I'm like, oh god, there's like 3 years of dust on that. So let's just go to a different view. Let's go to here. Right, so you can see my project. It's not very big so far. We've got an introduction, and we've got a riff. We've got some dirty low chords. And now you might remember, if you were watching last time, that I'd had a go at sticking some organ in there. I wanted kind of this church organ kind of sound. I also want to bring the choir back in. I've got the choir. The choir is the green bit, right? That's the choir from cinematics. And the organ, as you will see, has no content yet, because you can tell I'm a YouTuber because I've started saying content an awful lot. And I'm not entirely comfortable with it. But anyway, but yeah, I had an epic fail with the organ last time. I couldn't come up with a part I liked, so I abandoned it to something else. So we'll have another go at that today. So what I'm wanting in this section here, where this guitar riff comes in and builds, it's quite repetitive at the moment. The drums do evolve as they go along. The rhythm guitar does evolve as it goes along, but for me, the way I think about music, it's too repetitive at the moment. But that's because more stuff is going to come in over the top. So, do I have a chorus yet? No, I don't. I don't have a chorus. I have what I have so far. I'm just writing it as I go along, and I do have a drum riff for the next bit. It's 1 bar long, and that's it, right? But I just kind of had this rhythm in my head earlier, and so I just kind of put it in. And well, let me show you this. I'm going to go to this view here, right? So you can see my Sonido keyboard. Now, on this keyboard, which I did a video review of, I think this is a really, really good keyboard for iOS users. And in my video, I explain all about why, so I'm not going to go into it yet. But there was one drawback with this keyboard, which was that you could not change the MIDI channel that the keyboard is on, but you can change the MIDI channel for everything else, and you can actually do that from on the keyboard itself. So you don't need to plug it into your computer. You don't need an app for the iPad, which is a good job because there isn't one, but you can use this twisty knob here and lots of presses and turns to change the MIDI channel and functions of all the stuff on it, except for the MIDI channel that the keyboard is going out on. So I always have this set to 1, right? And then my pads here I've got set to MIDI channel 2. So that means that I can do my drums here. And I've got another bank of them here. Right? I can do my drums with these pads, and I can do whatever synth type instrument or whatever I want to do the keys. And the way I've done that, I'll just show you a bit of a Cubasis thing, is here. If I go to routing next to my drums, I've selected Sonido Tempo Key K25 from the MIDI input options, and I've put it on channel 2. And using the twisty turny knob, I've set the pads all individually. You have to do it individually, unfortunately, to MIDI channel 2, and then all the other instruments are on Tempo Key channel 1. Right? Just thought I'd show you that, you know. Okay, so what we're saying. Do you colour every instrument with a different colour in your DAW? Smart people do. Yes, I do. Like, yeah, see, Burns is smart. In Cubase and in Cubasis. Yeah, there we are. The drawback in Cubasis is that there's no colour picker and there's not enough different colours. We need more colours. I've only been pestering for it for about 80 years. I'm sure we'll get it sooner or later. So, what do I want armed? I don't want cinematics armed, although I am going to bring the choir back into this section. Let me just minimize this so I can show you what I'm thinking. So, yeah, as I was saying, in this section here, I want the organ part to come in, and I want the choir to come back in, but the choir is in the introduction, so I thought I'll drop the choir out to begin with. Maybe have a few bars of just guitars, then bring the organ in maybe, then bring the choir back in. You know, build it and then into the new drum riff we'll have a change. We'll have a new riff that's based on a different root note. I think that's the way to go. I like changes. I don't like things that linger too long on the same thing. So yeah, so I better arm the organ, I think. And the organ that I'm using is this one, Cantoria, which is from GSI. And I think this one was free. I don't know if it's still free. Maybe somebody just check the App Store. If you've not got it, you'll be able to tell. Just check the App Store for me, because I just can't remember. I've not tweaked it or asked about with it or anything, because I'd had it for a while and I'd never used it. And I noticed it and I thought, well, I'll just try that, I mean, I could use the IK Multimedia one, but I've never tried this one. Let's try it. And it's got this kind of very... you have to arm it, Jamie. Yes. Very, spooky old church organ-y kind of sound. So, we'll have a try with this one. I might change it later. We'll see. So, let's just have a little think here. Now, let's just have a little look what it is that I'm actually playing. Shall we go to a proper overhead view while I do this? Right, so my riff is, let's see, I start on A to a minor third. Yeah, there we go. Then it's an E flat. Yeah, right, okay, that's my notes. So my chord there wants to be an A minor. And then what I'm doing in the introduction is, actually I've got this B up here. In that chord. Yeah, I'm not sure I want that B for the organ. Okay, so... Then when then the root goes to an E flat like this. So it goes. So I need to bring that note in there. And I'm not sure whether to go here or whether to go like this. Or go like this. I think maybe that one, it sounds nastier. All right, so it's still free. Well, that's fantastic. Yeah, everybody get it downloaded because it sounds pretty good, Maybe that one. All right, let's have a little jam with it. Can I hear this over the track? Right, I've actually got my transport buttons mapped to MIDI mapped to Cubasis as well, which is nice, Yeah, take that, Logic users. Anyway, so I definitely think that this one going to that chord sounds better, but it's a bit too samey, and I don't really want to just hold down the block chords all the time. I want a bit more movement in it, so I'm going to try some maybe some... Actually sounds quite nice. It might sound a bit twee. That sounds nasty now. Okay, well, let's have a little jam with it, see what happens. I can do that from here. Might need a metronome. I can do that with that. Well, even though I put the metronome on, I still managed to miss coming in on time. Is the metronome too quiet? It might be. know. Right, now hang on, where does that E flat come in exactly? Let's just listen. Right, so I need a movement after that. Da, da, da. Let's see if that'll work. No, after the beat, I think. Maybe a little movement in it, like a little. Yeah, we want to get that E flat in the right place. Now that I like much better. I like that. So let's just see if we can get that riff in. We'll see if we can record that in without too much trouble. Right, that track is armed. So make sure nothing else is armed. I'm a bugger for that, leaving things armed and recording on tracks I don't want to. So I think I can record from here. I think I mapped this record button as well. Let's see. Ah, yes, I have to press the play button again in Cubasis. Okay, right, so still just getting used to using that. But anyway, right, so that was probably a bit of a mess playing-wise, but I think I kind of got in there what I want. I think I've recorded it too soon, actually. I think I might leave a few bars before this comes in, but it doesn't matter, we can move that. Let's just go in and just see how messy my playing is. It's pretty terrible. So we'll double tap and we'll just even out some volumes here. And now then, I wonder maybe if I was to snap it to because it's more difficult in a slow track, I suppose. But, okay, so snap to 16th notes, maybe. Try it. Right. Let's have a little play through that. Do you know what? I think it sounded better when it was less accurate. I'm just zooming in to see if it's done it wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's quantized it all correctly, but you know, it didn't sound as good. I think it's because it shortened it. It's shortened the notes. because I had this on. Ends. Okay, well, maybe we'll undo the quantize. Right, now, take off ends and then quantize it. Right, okay. Some of those bits could be held on for a bit longer, I think. Let's just have a listen, maybe some. No, I think I'm being too critical. I think that's absolutely fine. I'm going to leave that as it is, but I'm going to move it. I think this should be over here. So after that scrape, where everything kicks in, we've got just guitars. There'll be bass as well, as of course, when I get to that. And then the organ is the next thing that comes in to tart things up. Right, okay. And that works with the second riff, which is something that I'd not thought about. But the riff changes right there. I'll show you. The rhythm guitar riff goes from just playing big chords to this. Right, and it seems to fit with that. In fact, let's just listen to just those rhythm guitars and the new part. Let's be sure. Right, and then with the drums in. Just drums. Right, okay, that sounds tidy enough. That works. Nice. Okay. Now, so what I'll do then, since I like it, I will copy it across just by going like this. I'll just grab this handle here, copy it across. Now, I want another layer of guitar. I'm going to put an octave. Normally, I would use. Normally, if I'm going to put another layer of guitar behind, like a riff, like I have in this, I mean the lead riff, not the rhythm part, I would go with a harmony. But because this is a sort of deliberately nasty, out of tune note on purpose kind of sounding riff, I can't see that working. So I'm just going to apply an octave to it. And I'm going to do that here. But, so where does the choir come in then? Because, I don't know. Maybe I'll just record the part and then maybe I'll just record the part and then we'll shift things around and see where to go. Shall I do the guitar or shall I do the? I've got plenty of time. Don't matter what I do. I think I'll do the guitar. No, because I'm gonna look at that riff after. I might as well do the guitar all in one. Right. So we'll do the choir. So I'll unarm the organ. We'll arm the choir. And then let's have a loop. I'm going to turn the organ down a little bit. I'll do it from within the app, actually. Internal gain staging. Right, okay, now I just want to make sure that I can hear the quiet part. Right, so now I don't want to play the same thing as the organ. So with the organ I was down here. Maybe go up an octave for a start. No, that might be too much actually. Actually thinking about it, is the organ on the right octave? I didn't consider that. Let's try an experiment. Let's just see what it's like on a lower octave. Glue those together. Go in and just select everything. Let's transpose it down an octave and we'll just see. Okay, that answers that. That's far too low. Okay. Well, we'll move it back up then. Okay. Right. I'm going to run an ad in a minute. If I don't forget. Right, so I don't want to do the same thing as I did with the organ. So, let's see now. Let's go up an inversion maybe. I'm thinking maybe if I can get some movement, but it's subtle, it doesn't have to be too much. And maybe this could be block chords. It's going to have to take in that E flat. And I don't know where to go then. I have no idea. Should it take in the B as well? Let's play it over the track and find out. Put loop on and play from here. Need to find a note. I want another movement there. So it sounds quite nice going like the A minor to a C major actually. Then we'll bring in the E flat and that B, which is what happens in the riff there. And the organ goes to that B, so that's probably a good idea. Another thing I can think of to do is to sort of pivot off that A. Unless, wait a minute. So what I could do, if I go right, A minor, C, then when I go to the E flat and the B, go back to the A with the little finger. And then move to the G. Let's see if that works. Right, I think that works. I think that's great, but I don't know where to put it in. I've noticed there's a push in the riff as well. Oh, hey Jade, thanks for being here. I've noticed there's a push in the riff, so I need to make that final chord movement at the right moment. So it's like it's that note there. It's a bit. It's a push. I think it is. Let's just try and record it, and then we'll move things around. See what works. Okay, well I messed up the second one, but I actually only need to play it right once, and I think I played it right the first time, so I think we're okay. If I just, yeah, all right. Let's go in and tidy up this MIDI then. So, how much of it do I need? I think I only need it up to the end of 2 bars. Yeah, right, so I don't need these. Get rid of these. Okay. Now. Yeah. Select all. Go down here. Smarten up the volumes. Now we'll quantize it. I hope the quantize doesn't mess up my push. We'll leave ends off. Let's try it at 16s. Listen. It's not a very fast attack sound, is it? So, I don't know. I'm going to run an ad while I just analyse this real close. So, where's my thingy? Oh, okay, come here, thingy. Right, okay, so if you're not a premium member, you are going to get an ad right now. So let me know when you're back in the chat, and let me know what the ad was, because that does fascinate me. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is, okay, I'm going to take snap to bar off, and I'll go back to that MIDI. Now this is where that last note comes in. Now what about when we look at the guitar part? That would appear to be bang on right. It is right. It's bang on right. It's just my playing was right. Every track has its day. So that is right. So let's just go in and further tidy up this MIDI a little bit then. Right, so I don't want this note to overlap. Start the next note. When you've got a sound that's not a very fast attack kind of a sound, sometimes it can be a little difficult when you go intricately into timings. And I suppose more than anything, you've got to trust your ears more than looking at it. So really, does it sound right? That one wants trimming back as well. Let's just nail that. Right, maybe if we just drop this note back a little spot, just leave a little gap there, and I think these notes could afford to last that bit longer. Drag them out. And let's do the same with the ones at the end, I think. Whoops. I'll just select all these. Drag them out a bit. Oh, manic double click mouse thing. Okay, right. Okay, so Sam got an ad from Volt Food Delivery. I have no idea what that is. Is that a Swedish food delivery company? Or is that a supermarket in your part of the world? Tell us, even if it's not interesting, Sam. Now, oh, yeah, right. Put snap to bar on. Drag this in. Shorten this bit of MIDI back. Now, let's see if this sounds okay now. It doesn't sound okay, you know. It doesn't. That pushed note really isn't quite coming in soon enough. Let's just have a zoom in here. So that note is there. It's right there. There's not a lot in it, is there? Maybe if I just bring it in. Just bring it in a bit, right? That sounds better. Okay, right. It's similar to Fedora. You order online and they drive it to your door. The best people in the world. The people who bring food to your house. My favourite people. I'm getting a kebab tonight. I'm expecting it to be on the side, waiting for me ready when I finish my stream. So I will not be lingering tonight. Yes, I can smell kebab from here. Right, one more time I want to just play through that and just make absolutely sure I'm confident with it and I'm totally happy, and then I'm going to copy it across. Right, that's right, okay. Oh, hang on though. I've just had another idea. What if it wasn't block chords? What if it went like, hang on. See if I can play this idea in. What if it went like a that sort of a feel. I'm just going to mute this. We'll mute that MIDI, right? Let's see if I can play what's in my head. Right, okay. So I've still got to get that push right when I do this. Right, okay. I think that's better. I think that would be better. So, let's see if I can chop this MIDI up. Is it going to be just quicker to play it back in or just to chop it up? I muted it, didn't I? What a knobhead. Unmute. Stupid hippie. Right, now. And did you notice? I remembered to run an ad. I'm improving. Let me solo this channel, actually. And let's have a little loop around these two bars. So how long would it last? It might be as short as this. Maybe snap to 16s perhaps. Okay, and if I select all these, and then if I split there, and split there, I'm sure it'd be easier just to play it in again. Let's see. Yeah, okay. Dun, 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 dun. I'm sure it'd be easier to play in again, he said as he continues to funny about with the MIDI. Right, we'll chop that there and there. Get rid of these. Is that sounding right? Yeah, I think that's right. Okay. All right, so if I go here, like that, and like that, we'll chop these ends off as well, I think. Right, I'm going to check the chat in a moment because I'm sort of getting lost in this and ignoring people. Samuel says use Bliss Motion Effects with gate option to chop them up. Yeah, you know, I could do that actually. And I do use the gate effects quite a lot, particularly on synths, because I'm not the best synth player coming up with really cool synth parts. If I can kind of put block chords in or fairly simple things and then use a gate to sort of fancy it up, that works well for me. Sorry, I just twatted Yoda. But I feel like in this, I just want to chop it up and get it right here in the MIDI. Mateo says it works. I tried to make it even denser. You made it follow the snare. What about 4 times more frequently? Oh, you mean sort of do it like... Maybe you should do that a bit later in. That's a good idea, Mateus. I'm going to steal that. Right, so... Right, now that push is in the right place. And what I'm going to do with this, which I think will work, is I'm going to chop this one. Like this. There. Oops. And then what I'll do is I'll chop this here. And I need this to snap to 32s, I think. And here as well. And then we'll get rid of these. Now, in my head, this is what will work. Right. Now let's see if it works with the track. Needs to be louder. Okay, it works, but I think we're going to need a choir sound that's got more attack to it. But that's fine. The part is right. Right, now then. So, what comes in where? What if the choir came in... Oh, I didn't want to do that, did I? Snap to bar. There we go. Take loop off. Drag this over here. What if the choir comes in there and then repeats the same thing a couple of times? Then, whilst the organ comes in, and then maybe do the doubled up choir. I'm not sure that choir and organ part both work together. Let's just have a listen to them, to just those two things together. Do they or don't they? Right, okay, well, the bit that's probably sounding a bit pants is this bit. You know what? And my organ there, ooh, missus, is right on with that guitar note that is the push. And I have actually pulled these two too far forward, which does show me clearly that I get rid of these, that because the sound of the choir is a slow attack, it is affecting it's not punchy enough to do this kind of timing. So I will have to change the sound, maybe adjust the attack of the sound as Sam suggests, or maybe choose a different sound. But right now I'm a bit more concerned with just getting the parts right, you know, like sounds later. Maybe that choir should cut off where the organ cuts off. Yeah, it should. Right, let's cut that off where the organ cuts off, which is here. Right, we'll drag them back to there. Okay, right, that should be tidier. Right, now. Right, now hang on a minute. Take out the organ. Right, yeah, okay, it's that sound that's making it sound like it lags behind the snare when it is in fact in time with the snare. I'm not sure 100% whether the organ part and choir part both work together. I need to adjust the choir sound to before I'm sure about that. So what I'm going to do for now is I'm just going to drag this part over here. We'll put snap to bar on. Drag this over here. Right. Then we'll copy it across one. I'm just going to experiment with whether the quicker thing works, like Mateus suggested. Hang on. Let's do one like that. So I've got something to play with and have a tinker around with. Okay, it'd help if I played it right, and it'd help if I could hear it a bit better. Let's have it a bit louder. I'm going to mute the organ, it's a little distracting. And I don't need to start it way back there, one bar's enough. okay. Yeah, I can tell from here how sloppy my playing is. But you know, whatever. Right, okay. Well, I think what I'm going to do is in my own time, I'm going to have a little tinker around with the choir and the organ a little further. I'm just kind of nail those parts on. For now, I'm going to mute both, and I'm going to put in that guitar part I wanted to put in, and then I will have recorded all of the parts that I really wanted to get done in this stream. So, pick guitars over there. I've got a track set up for this sound, I believe. Yes. Okay. Is anything else armed? Let's unarm everything. Right, now I think I want this to come in for the last 4 bars here, so I'll give myself a bar counting. Arm that track, put the tuner on, pick up the guitar. I shall just check my tuning, you know, it's good to be in tune. What was that? That tuning peg just did a very freaky thing. Right, and now how does the riff go? I want to play an octave higher than it was. So, what will that go like then? Like that. That's what it'll go like. Want a little bit more volume on that. Right, let's just have a go for it, eh? Let's have a go for it. Right, okay, I just want to listen to that back. Right, okay, yeah, that's what I had in mind for that. Okay. All right. Now then, let's just trim that up a little bit. Okay. It's probably not the final part. It's just, you know, I'm just getting my ideas down at this point. I'll probably re-record quite a lot of what I've already played in, if not all of it. But it's, ideas is what it's all about. It's all about getting those cool ideas down that work. The ideas are more important than the sounds, or at this point, production is irrelevant. Great ideas, and everything else can be sorted later. So, after this, I've got this riff, right? A little drum riff for 1 bar. Right. Which, I have this idea in my head for a guitar riff that goes over here. So I'm playing in A, and the rhythm part goes something like that. So I want something to follow that, starting on a new root. Right, what's this rhythm go like? Diddle-a-dun-dun-dun. Sounds too positive. Right, okay. Let me just look at the MIDI. Right, so we've got that's better. Yeah, that's it. Something like that is what I'm thinking. Why am I getting that second rhythm wrong? I'm putting an extra one in, aren't I? Does that work? All right, okay. So that's a mess, but it's there. I need to. I think I need to practice that before I put it down. Right, okay, and then I need a different bit at the end. So I'm thinking like a. Where is my? Oh yeah, okay. So. Right, okay. I think I could put that down. But I need a different bit at the end. So I'm thinking. Right, so how many times do I want that? I think. Let's just copy that across. 4 times, see what that's like. Yeah, I think 4 bars of that is enough, and I think it wants a variation second time around. Right, let's do that riff. So that would be dun 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 dun. Right, so I don't want those. Get rid of those. Oh, too many. Get rid of those. Dun dun. Right, and copy those to I think there. Dun dun dun. Right. See you later, Burns. Take care, man. Dun 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 dun. Now, does that come there? There. Is that right? Yes, it is. Right, okay. Let's see if I can just get this recorded before I go and eat my kebab. Take record off there, then on this, and start from here. I'll have a test run first because I don't know if I can remember the riff. Right, okay. Oh, did I arm that? I didn't. Let's arm that. Okay. Immediately, completely forgot how to play it. Right. Oh. Diddle dun diddle dun dun dun. Nearly. Quite like that. Right, okay. That is a mess. It's a mess, and it wants practicing before I play it in. But my idea is there, and that's what's important. Okay, that's what I wanted to get down tonight. Once I know where I'm going with the track, then I can start to build everything around it. It's when you're not sure about that next step. But I like that. So I'm going to leave that there for now because I've got a kebab to go and eat. So I believe Leela is streaming. I believe she's overlapping me a bit this evening, which is probably where half my viewers have disappeared to. So go and join Leela's stream. I'm going to play you out with what I have so far on this track. I'm really enjoying doing this. I will next be streaming on Friday on my Patreon account, and I will be back with this next week. Now, I'm really enjoying this track, so I may possibly, perhaps, sneak another stream in working on this, but I'm not sure. If there's time, I will do it. I'll spam the internet when I make that decision. All right, so let's just scoot back to the beginning of the track. Now, there's all kinds of things in this track that don't quite work yet. The organ part doesn't quite work bob on with the choir part. The choir part isn't quite the right sound. But I'm not going to be proud about it. I'm going to just leave it all in there and play out with what I have, warts and all. So thanks ever so much for joining me tonight. I will see you all very soon. Have a fantastic rest of your day, and do try not to do too much piss panting about. I'll see you later.